Thomas Valley from programtom.com/dev here, and in this video I'm gonna show you another thing around Hibernate and updating the database. So sometimes the requirements change, or there is a bug in the code that needs an update on the database model. And what was the bug in my case is I have a to-do that a to-do could have multiple child to-dos, and this creates a tree. And if I want to delete the parent to-do, I want all the child to-dos to be deleted too, and not be restricted by the database, and actually to delete all the children. So Hibernate by default has 4 states. I'll go over them. So basically Hibernate has these values for database scheme update. None option disables auto update. Create only, it will create only the database entities from the entity models. Drop, it will drop the scheme and create the database anew. Create drop, validate, and update. You could check them all out, and basically in most cases update is the most appropriate approach, and that will update the scheme and it will not drop any old code. And for production, in most cases it is the most appropriate to be nothing to be executed by the scripts, and you to have full control over the public data. This is especially true for bigger applications, for multi people with for teams with a lot of individuals, and especially for databases that are very active. And before all changes to databases, it is a must to have backups and so on. So sometimes the developer even does not have actual access to the database, but it has access through deployment scripts, deployment setups, and only the DevOps engineer or the database administrator has full control, and he or she also has signed NDA and is very responsible about data, and especially if the database has financial and data that identifies individuals personally. So there is a lot of going on, not just of something technical, and yeah, there are a lot of struggles, a lot of complexities that increase beyond the purely technical access to the database and updating of information. So one common practice is to have a scheme update database. So in my application, I've introduced a scheme version script database table, with a version ID and script name and executed at. And potentially this could also have a result. And so in the best case scenario, the project will contain a folder for example, in resources, or yes, part of it must the scripts that will update the database must be part of the project so they could be executed. And all of this is needed because it is dangerous sometimes to update live database to not make data inconsistent, and also the developer does not have access to the actual public data as it is sensitive. So the common case is to have a folder with these scripts that are executed, and each update should have a version number and script that will be executed and also result. And I've seen this type of strategy in probably 3 projects over the years, and I've been also an active user of software that does these kinds of updates. And I think also the WordPress website also have something similar. So besides the scheme update, the code also includes find a script. So on Spring initialization, it is executes only once as scheme initialization. So for now, for this small application, I'm hard coding this. And basically, if I need some other type of update, I will need to create another section like this. I could potentially extract this and write another for any other update that is needed. And yeah, now this is executed at start time, and it is transactional, and it finds if the script name is empty, so this script has not been updated, it will execute this. And this just drop the reference and alter the constraints one to many to itself on delete to execute cascade. So the result is an option to have databases, to have missions with children, and I'll get back. And now you see I have a mission with a submission, and after deleting all goes well. This is the idea, having a table with updates and only execute not updated scripts from a folder inside the project. So all these updates could be potentially reviewed by database specialists, so they will be specifically located there and they could be reviewed.